Hey, Rhode Island. My name is Brian, and I'm asking for your vote in the U.S. Senate race. You know, politics in this country is broken on a national level, and one of the biggest problems is Congress itself. Congress is, according to the Constitution, they're supposed to be setting national policy and most things, and they're just not. Congress is not taking action, and so we need a new way of a new way to do politics. And so I'm asking for your vote because there is a better way, and it doesn't require that we kick Jack Reed out of his Senate seat, but instead that we inspire him to do better by the people of the United States and the people of Rhode Island. So I'm asking for your vote because in the 21st century, we don't really need representatives and political parties the way that we did 250 years ago when our country was born. We can flip the model around and we can crowdsource the legislative process rather than expecting all 535 members of Congress to gather in one building. We can have thousands and thousands of members who collaborate around the country and write good legislative policy. Because as we celebrate our 250th birthday as a nation, it's a good milestone for us to reflect, right? Are we really living up to the goals and the aspirations of them? And so in 2026, I will publish a legislative package, a federal package of legislation called the Populist Act. The populist tradition focuses on unresponsive government, the economic systems, including monetary reform, and the concentrations of economic and corporate power, monopolies, oligarchs, those kinds of things. And so those were all issues that arose back during the first Gilded Age, back at the end of the 19th century. Gave rise to the People's Party, the very first populists, with a capital P. And here we are today in 2025, in the second Gilded Age. And so we need to address those problems again. We can do that by working together to leverage, to collectively bargain for legislative action before the election, to make a deal not just with Jack Reed, but also in Rhode Island's 1st Congressional District and Rhode Island's 2nd Congressional District. In fact, all 470 congressional races all around the country, by coming together and refusing to give fealty to the red team or the blue team, by being independent free agents, sort of like how Rhode Island was founded, as a sort of a nonconformist enclave. By being free agents, we can collectively bargain with our votes, because on a national level, it's a really small percentage of swing voters who decide whether the red team or the blue team controls Congress. And so with that power, we will be able to demand legislative action, passage of the Populist Act, prior to the election in exchange for our support. Should incumbents in Congress refuse, then their major party opponents, red or blue, doesn't matter, can be supported instead to kick as many incumbents out of office. If we give them a chance to put things back on track in the United States and they turn us down, well, then we can hold them all accountable, not as political parties, but as incumbents, because they're just going to point fingers at each other no matter what. The red team's going to blame the blue team. Oh, they're a bunch of woke socialists trying to destroy the country. And the blue team's going to blame the red team. Oh, they're a bunch of racist authoritarians who want to destroy the country. And no, we all love the United States, even if we have different ways of showing it, rather than giving into that hate that divides us and polarizes us. My campaign is built on love, seeing the good in the red team and the blue team and trying to help them, help us, help our country. We can come together with a shared vision, a shared purpose in 2026, and we can rebuild, renew, restore our social contract so that in the 21st century, we as Americans are looking out for each other in the way that we should be. But I need your vote to make this stick, to tell Congress, go big or go home. So you can learn more about my campaign on my website, votewithbrian.com, and follow me on social media at Populist Guru. Tell me what other problems and issues you see in the United States that Congress hasn't been addressing and needs to. So in 2026, vote with love, vote with power, vote with Brian.